Tuesday night matchup between the Falcons and the Cardinals. Both teams coming in 5-5 in MAC play, needing a victory here tonight. Welcome inside Worthen Arena for tonight's Tuesday night matchup between the Bowling Green Falcons and the Ball State Cardinals. Both 5-5 in the conference. And speaking of the conference, let's jump in to the Mid-American Conference standings. Ball State right now in second place in the MAC West, behind Toledo. Bowling Green, on the other hand, they stand in fourth place in the MAC East. And with that, we welcome you courtside. I'm Corey Stace alongside Matt Craig. And with teams both 5-5 coming into tonight, it doesn't necessarily show the inconsistencies that both teams have had.
Yeah, both teams are capable of extremely high highs. Like you mentioned, Ball State was able to pick up a huge win on the road at Toledo, but 4 of their conference losses have come by 15 points or more. And on the other side, Bowling Green, 3 straight losses, and now 2 straight wins in which they've looked very strong.
And speaking of inconsistencies, Ball State on Saturday suffered a huge loss to Eastern Michigan, 17 points, the worst shooting outing of the season for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Eastern Michigan is known for that 2-3 zone. You have to be able to shoot the ball to beat a 2-3 zone. Ball State definitely didn't do that. 4 of 21 from behind the arc, and they've struggled shooting from the outside all season. Maybe we'll see some zone tonight because of that, but Coach James Whiffer said he was very disappointed in the effort Ball State showed down the stretch, and that's why Eastern Michigan was able to pull away.
One bright spot in the 17-point loss was center Trey Moses.
He's been awesome. In the last 3 games, he's averaged 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists, leading the team over the last 3 games, and at this point, Ball State is an inside-out offense.
On the other hand, Bowling Green had a huge victory on Saturday against one of the top teams in the MAC East in Kent State.
Yeah, Corey, Bowling Green was dead in the water in the first half, down 29-10 at one point, and that's when guard Justin Turner absolutely took over. He went on a 16-2 run by himself, as you see, driving into the lane as well as hitting shots from all over the court and down the stretch. He was money, and the home crowd rode him for a victory.
Turner ended with 20 points on the day, 15 points per game on the season. He's the team's leading scorer.
Yeah, he is so hard to guard because he can score from all 3 levels. He can hit that outside jump shot from 3 off the spot up. He can hit the pull-up jump shot in the mid-range. And he can get all the way to the rim, especially with his right hand. He's a really strong finisher.
Bowling Green counting on Justin Turner to serve as a scorer tonight. Getting right in to the starting lineups tonight as the PA and the lights turn off. The Ball State intro on the video board. Here's a look at the starting lineup for the Ball State Cardinals. Taylor Persons at the point guard. They've went big as of late. Kyle Mallers and Sean Sellers along with Persons in the backcourt, finished off by Moses and Teague in the front court. And moving over to the Bowling Green Falcons, a familiar face not in the starting lineup tonight. That would be DiMaggio Wiggins. Averages 13 points per game, 9 rebounds per game. He is out. Daquan Plowden is in, a freshman. That gives them 3 freshmen in the starting lineup, along with Justin Turner and Derek Koch. Going to be a little bit smaller for the Bowling Green Falcons tonight. And with more on Wiggins, let's send it to our sideline reporter, Mick Tidrow.
DiMaggio Wiggins did not come out with the team during pregame warmups here today for Bowling Green. Averages nearly a double-double on this season. He has an undisclosed injury sustained against Kent State. He was expected to see some minutes here today, but just a couple of minutes ago, he is now expected to not play, not dressing here today for Bowling Green. A big loss for the Falcons.
A huge loss for Bowling Green. DiMaggio Wiggins coming after a week where he was named MAC East Player of the Week. He averaged 15 points and 10 rebounds in the 2-0 week for Bowling Green.
And he gave Ball State fits last year when Bowling Green played Ball State. 17-8 in their first matchup, and then 14-14 in their second matchup, and he's gotten a lot better since last year. He was, I'm sure the game plan was keyed around stopping him, and now he's not in the line.
You can really go on and on about Wiggins. He's second in the MAC in rebounds per game, 5th in the MAC in field goal percentage, and also ranks in the top 30 in the MAC in points per game. A huge loss for Bowling Green. That's why Justin Turner is going to be a huge piece tonight. But Bowling Green going a bit smaller. How does that affect tonight's matchup?
Corey, they have to go smaller. They don't really have a lot of front court depth. I mean, Janiah Gadsden does have size, but he's a true freshman. He's only played 16 minutes in conference play to this point. And in the starting lineup, they put Daquan Plowden, who's only 6'6". So now you have a very small lineup, and on the other side, Ball State doesn't have a lot of guard depth. They're going small, so it'll be an interesting contrast in size.
Derek Koch, the tallest player in the lineup for Bowling Green, stands at 6'9". He's more of a stretch player, not a true center. Looking at the series history between these two teams, Bowling Green has really dominated this series as of late, won 9 of the last 10 meetings. Ball State has not won a game versus Bowling Green inside Worthen Arena since 2010.
Yeah, we had a chance to ask Coach Whitford about that, and he said, well, you know, we're similar styles. You know, there's a lot of factors there, so he didn't want to admit it.
Trey Moses and Daquan Plowden. Ball State wins the first tip.
When we were able to speak with Bowling Green coaches before the game, he said, Taylor Persons is the one guy you can't game plan for. He can do so many different things.
Moses with the first score. Ball State 2-0. Antoine Lillard drives on Mallers, kicks in the corner. Fry, the true point guard for Bowling Green. Step back jumper, no good. Offensive board. Here's Plowden, the freshman, with the first look. Offensive rebound out to Fry. He hits.
That's a good sign if you're a Bowling Green fan. He has not shot the ball well in conference play, and he's an elite shooter. So to see him get going, that's a really good sign.
35% on the season. Fry from deep. Allers in the corner. Maneuvers baseline, reverses, blocked by Lillard, although they got him on the body.
Yeah, you like to see that aggressiveness because he has a 2-inch size advantage on his defender there, Antoine Lillard, and he's gotten a lot stronger since last year, if you can believe it. He still looks really skinny when you see him there on the free throw line, but he's gotten a lot stronger, able to muscle his way to the rim there.
Allers, the 6'7" sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana, hits the first. He's been a much improved player, as you said, not only the strength, just in terms of playing time as well, has upped his points per game average 8 points from his freshman season.
Well, and he's going to make those free throws. He is an elite free throw shooter. In conference play, shooting nearly 86% from the line. It's money. If you foul him, he's going to hit it. That's an interesting matchup we see up top. Sean Sellers is guarding Justin Turner. That's definitely an advantage for Bowling Green. They're going to try and exploit throughout the game.
Mallers on Lillard in the corner. And here's Koch's first touch, stolen by Sellers. Ball State on the push. Sellers with the slam.
Corey, he must have heard me on the other end. I was just talking about them taking advantage of him on the defensive end. Gets the steal and the dunk.
Not so fast. Jump the passing lane. Ball State up 3. Plowden in for Wiggins in the starting lineup. Here's Lillard. Fouled by Teague.
Tell you what, Antoine Lillard, you know, he's only averaging 9.8 points per game in MAC play, but last year against Ball State in their first meeting, he had 19 points and 8 rebounds. He can go get hot.
Sean Sellers, a high riser. They call him the White Hammer. Gets his first dunk. That one just barely getting over the rim. Lillard at the free throw line. Misses the first.
Sean Sellers is much improved on the defensive end. I mean, we saw it there, the anticipation in passing lanes, but he's improved a lot one-on-one defense. Even last year, they probably wouldn't have trusted him to guard Justin Turner.
Lillard goes 1 of 2. And now Bowling Green shows a bit of full court pressure. Bowling Green, a team that likes to play at this fast tempo.
Yeah.
Talking to Coach Whitford, he's said the advanced stats show Bowling Green's the second fastest tempo team in the conference.
Yeah, and that's behind Buffalo, who has all kinds of athletes. You know, that's understandable.
Moses inside, already has 2. Misses that try. Teague with the rebound. He puts it back up and in.
And now you're seeing why they want to play fast, because if you get in that half-court situation, Ball State is able to just bully the Falcons down low with Teague and Moses.
4 players with 2 points. The only non-scorer for Ball State is their leading scorer, Taylor Persons. That's Turner on the other end.
so hard to guard a player when he has that in-between game. You know, the mid-range game is so undervalued in today's game because everyone wants the threes and they want the layups, but if you can hit that little pull-up jump shot, you're really, really hard to guard.
Ball State using Moses early. He fights through the contact.
This is what we're going to be seeing all game, Corey. Bowling Green is going to try and use these guards, a lot of motion, get Ball State moving around, and on the other side, Ball State is just going to keep pounding the ball inside.
Lillard spots up the three. He misses. Moses with the rebound. Persons, fancy pass to Teague.
Taylor Persons, when he makes good decisions, is probably the best player in the MAC. Sometimes he doesn't. His turnover rate is very high, alarmingly high. But when he gets going and he's making those big-time passes, especially in transition, he is an elite player.
Persons does rank second in the conference in assist. Here's Koch in the corner three. Ball State up 6 early. Persons has not scored, takes his first shot, and that one's off right.
Yeah, he's only shooting about 33% in conference play from behind the arc. One area where he's maybe struggled a little bit.
Turner the floater, no. Plowed in the offensive rebound. Another one for Bowling Green and a kicked ball. Bowling Green will keep possession. 15:51 remaining in the half. Ball State out to an early 6-point lead in Worthen.
Coach Michael Huger, a former star player for this Bowling Green Falcons team back in 1989 to 1983, played for Jim Larinaga, who is now Miami's star head coach down in Florida. Huger, a Naismith Trophy Award finalist, was a 2-time Mid-American Conference All-Player, and now has forced this Bowling Green team into contention with a young, star-studded roster.
Thank you, Mick. Michael Huger in his 3rd year as the Bowling Green head coach, and he's started to turn things around already. Bowling Green with 14 wins this season, surpassing last year's total of 13.
And who can forget Jim Larinaga leading the George Mason team to the Final Four 10 years ago. And that's also where Huger would have learned this up-tempo style. That's Jim Larinaga's signature.
Huger served as an assistant coach at George Mason under Larinaga and Miami before coming to Bowling Green, his alma mater. A foul down low sends Teague to the free throw line.
I'll tell you what, Corey, they need to speed the tempo up in this game. As long as it's going half-court possession by possession, Ball State's going to continue to get those easy baskets around the rim. But I'll tell you this, it's hard to run off of made shots. So as long as Ball State shoots a high percentage like they are, that limits the transition in the other way.
That foul on Joniah Gadsden, we see him for the first time. Only a freshman. Bowling Green actually planned on redshirting him at the start of the year, and he comes in handy in a time like tonight with DiMaggio Wiggins out.
As we mentioned, just 16 minutes in the conference play this season, but he's the only guy that can really fill that inside post-up traditional 5 presence. And when you set up a game plan around that, it's helpful to have the same type of guy.
Plowden buries into the lane. Off with the shot. Persons dives for the rebound. Teague already with 5 points tonight. Loses possession. Lillard goes the other way. Fry stops. Misses. Teague falls to the floor, and it's out of bounds. Bowling Green basketball.
That's what you love and hate about Tajay Teague. He plays so hard. He's able to go up and get those rebounds. Sometimes he tries to do too much on the offensive side and turns the ball over, like we saw right there.
Teague, the sophomore, redshirt sophomore out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Redshirted his freshman year, although he was very capable coming in his freshman year. A little raw, had an injury to start off the season. They decided, let's just redshirt him and get this guy on campus for 5 years. He's really come on for Ball State this season.
No question. The only thing he's struggling with is obviously the shooting. 3 of 32 from behind the arc this year after being a 41% shooter last year.
Antoine Lillard maneuvers baseline and gets the bucket. Ball State up by 5. Persons still has yet to score. Denied the basketball there. Ishmael El-Amin now in for Ball State. They go right down to Moses. 10 points in the paint for Ball State already. Kick out Mallers for 3. It's through.
That's why you love getting Trey Moses the basketball. He is a fantastic passer out of the low block, even when he's not double teamed right there. That was a one-on-one situation, but he has such good vision across the court that he's able to find the open shooter.
Persons on the defensive end. Fry with the basketball, double teamed by Moses. 10 to shoot. Lillard pulls up on Elamine and hits. It is rule the three.
And this team is deadly from three. They're shooting over 36% as a team. They can hit them, and Ball State is going to have to watch that, although that's a late shot clock situation.
Tajay Teague, one step inside the three-point line, misses that one. Lillard with the rebound. Bowling Green slows things down with no numbers. Fry left elbow, kicks out to Koch. Haven't called his name much. He dishes off for Gadsden, and he gets his first points. Only 11 on the season coming into tonight. Make it 13 on the season.
Well, and that was DiMaggio Wiggins-esque, wasn't it, Corey? Able to take the big body and get right up next to the rim and lay it in.
Persons fouled on the baseline. It will be the third team foul on Bowling Green. Roderick Caldwell and Jeffrey Uju checking in for Bowling Green, as well as Josh Thompson for Ball State.
And Corey, Josh Thompson is a walk-on, but Coach James Whitford told us yesterday after their practice, he's probably the best perimeter defender right now on the Ball State team, and with the short guard rotation, he's going to have to see more minutes.
Sellers off the inbound. Koch with the rebound.
And there you see him up top. He's going to be guarding the point guards. Probably don't expect a lot on the offensive side, but he plays extremely hard, and he's smart on the defensive end.
Turner on Elamine. Kick out Lillard for three. Koch with another offensive rebound. That's 4 on the night. The all-time leading rebounder in the state of Ohio for high school basketball. And Turner makes the extra possession count. 7-0 run for Bowling Green.
Well, take that, LeBron James. Derek Koch is your all-time rebounder in the state.
And an offer from West Virginia chose Bowling Green, and he's playing right away as a freshman. Sellers misses on the other end. Turner drives, misses everything on that one. A lot of contact. Sellers goes the other way. Here's Thompson diving into the lane, and he hits. Thompson surpasses his season high in points. He only had 1 coming into tonight. And now we have an injury down low. Sean Sellers is down on his stomach. Josh Thompson, the walk-on from Indianapolis, Indiana, now makes it 3 points on the season, and James Whitford wasn't kidding. He said you may see Josh Thompson with the lack of guard depth that Ball State has had. As we take another look at Sellers, hard fall.
Yeah, it's a hard fall. Josh Thompson, though, the son of Chandler Thompson, who was one of the heroes on the 1990 Ball State team that made it to the Sweet 16. And obviously Ball State has not been back to the Sweet 16 since then. So Chandler Thompson's name lives on, especially with his son coming to play here at Ball State.
His dad, Chandler, was an all-star from just around the corner, Muncie Central. Sean Sellers up on his feet. That's a good sign for Ball State.
Corey, I'll tell you what, that's a big loss if he cannot come back in the game, because he's really their only floor spacer. He's shooting near 47% in conference play from behind the arc. He's been hitting everything, and without him on the floor, not a lot of outside shooting for Ball State.
Ball State leads by 3. Thompson defending Caldwell up top. Koch double teamed right block, traveled with it. That will send us to the media timeout. Ball State up 3 over Bowling Green, although Bowling Green not going away. They have fought back into things here in Worthen.
Antoine Lillard is a guy you've got to pay attention to. Late shot clock, he'll just put a 3 right in your face.
Back inside Worthen Arena, taking a look at Sean Sellers. Hard fall just a few minutes ago. Ball State leads by 3. With more on Sellers, let's send it to Mick Tidra on the sidelines.
Guys, after Sellers came off the court after that tough fall, he came straight to the end of the bench for the athletic training staff. He walked around and they started rubbing out his right hip and backside. He had joined the huddle and sits in the middle of the bench right now. It remains to be seen how effective he'll be, but right now the training staff gave him a fist bump. He looks good to go.
Thank you, Mick. That's a good sign for Ball State. You mentioned the impact of losing a player like Sellers.
I mean, he's the only 40% three-point shooter on this team, and this team shoots 32% as a team from deep in MAC play, so that's big. And even though he might come back in the game, if his back is hurting, that makes it tough to shoot from outside.
Thompson again. A host of new players in for Bowling Green. Here's Koch, a starter. Lillard working on Mallers down low.
Yeah, Lillard has a great three-point stroke and he can get to the rim, but not a lot of in-between game. Not a big threat right there.
4 on the shot clock. Thompson with the pesky defense. Koch, another offensive rebound. Kick out Cummings. He missed it up front.
Cummings is another guy that can knock down that three ball. Bowling Green will take that shot 10 times out of 10.
This whole Bowling Green team can knock down three-pointers.
Yeah, Cummings is a guy, he's a freshman, he hasn't gotten to show it, but he averaged 29 points a game as a senior in high school last year, and he scored almost 2,500 points in his high school career. I promise he can fill it up if they keep giving him looks.
Ellie Cummings out of Midland, Pennsylvania. He's on the right wing. Caldwell in the paint, out to Cummings. Lillard thought about the long three. Instead calls for a screen from Koch. And Lillard gets called with the carry. Substitutions coming in for the Falcons. We're going to look at Matt Fox, the team's leading three-point shooter, and also Justin Turner checking back in.
Yep. When you talk about this Bowling Green team, they're so young. Cummings is a freshman. Uju just subbed in. He's one of the only upperclassmen on this team. They start 2 freshmen and a sophomore, and they bring another 2 or 3 freshmen off the bench. 5 freshmen in total, and Turner, who's a redshirt freshman on this roster.
With how well this team has played so far this season, it gets Bowling Green fans excited about the future with Michael Huger at the helm. 6 on the shot clock for El-Amin. He takes it to the basket, and it's a charging foul at the rim. Nelly Cummings was there on defense.
Heads-up play by Cummings to step in front. El-Amin, the team asked him to do a lot more now with Jeremy Tyler out, but sometimes he tries to do a little too much right there, maybe one extra dribble, and that's him being a true freshman. You learn that as time goes on, the correct timing on that to kick it out.
Caldwell sprints right down the floor, but then slows things up for the Falcons. Ball State by 3. Turner drives on Mallers. Floater, no. Mallers with the rebound.
Corey, if you'll notice, the Bowling Green offense is a little disjointed. I think that the absence of Wiggins has a lot to do with that.
Thompson for 3 from the corner, misses. Offensive rebound for Zach Gunn. Kick out Mallers for 3. He misses as well. Bowling Green the other way. Here's Fox for 3. He's not missing. He's the team's leader in three-point percentage, the MAC leader.
Yeah, I was about to say that. He's shooting nearly 46% from 3. Best three-point shooter in the MAC. If he gets open, it's not even going to hit the rim, Corey. It's a switch.
Tie ball game at 18. Zach Gunn for 3 on the other end. Misses again. Ball State has gone cold from the arc. Cummings on the other end. Crossover on Gunn. Wild shot.
He has those scoring instincts like we talked about. A lot of points in high school, but as a true freshman, you've got to learn when the right time to attack is.
El-Amin dishes off to Teague. He's stripped by Fox. Bowling Green out in transitions. Cummings saves it, but right in the hand of Thompson. Teague thought about the 3, instead travels. Ball State on a 4-minute scoring drought right now, and that's why Bowling Green's been able to come back and tie this game at 18. Good sign for Ball State, though. Sean Sellers checks back in at the scorer's table.
Yeah, the fact that he came back in this first half is a really good sign. That tells me he's probably not in a lot of pain. Maybe if he was feeling in pain, they would try to work it out at halftime and then bring him back in. But maybe this is a really good sign for Ball State.
Sellers on defense right now. Faces Dylan Fry on the right wing. Fry drives by Sellers, block off the backboard, although Sellers called for the personal.
I really like Dylan Fry with the ball for the Bowling Green team. Makes really, really good decisions. He's kind of like the floor general. Right here, no one came over to help, so he's just going to take it in. Probably known for passing. Was probably expecting the help defender to come over for the dish off, but he can step up and shoot these free throws too. For Bowling Green, he's a good free throw shooter, so that's a good decision.
Dylan Fry hits the first. 75% on the season. 4 points now for Fry. Serves as the team point guard in the starting lineup. Right now with Roderick Caldwell in, they move him to the 2.
And as you mentioned, a nearly 36% three-point shooter on the season, but in conference play, under 30%. He's been in a little bit of a shooting slump recently, and one of the best things to do in your shooting slump is get to the free throw line, take those uncontested shots, and see the ball go through the net.
12-3 run now for Bowling Green. Persons dishes off for Teague. That ends quickly. Tie game back at 20.
I mean, that's all day. Ball State will take that all day, getting Taylor Persons in the middle of the lane where he can score or dish. There's Fox again. If you leave him open, even for a second, they're going to find him, and he's going to knock down a 3. He pretty much has one skill, Corey, and that skill is hitting three-point shots and getting buckets. Still pretty valuable.
That's all they need him for. He's surpassed his season average. He's has 6 already on 2 of 2 from the arc. Bowling Green with their largest lead at 3. Cross-court skip from Persons. Gunn in the corner. Mallers fights for the offensive board. And it's a foul in transition. Maybe a little bit of frustration from Zach Gunn. 23-20. Bowling Green has fought back in the first half and have a 3-point lead. Coming up next, a piece from Ishmael El-Amin on practicing with the Ball State men's basketball team as a freshman.
When it comes game time, I feel like I'm ready. Like, I don't have to worry about the defender because I know I go against a good defender and good player every day in practice. So I really lock in and I'm ready to play.
Ishmael El-Amin, the freshman from Minnesota, out on the floor right now, has served in a lot bigger of a role as the season has gone on, especially with the lack of depth at the guard position for Ball State. On the other end, Dylan Fry hits a 3. There's a foul called down low, not on the shot. The three-pointer will count, and Bowling Green will get the basketball on the baseline.
Well, we did mention with Fry, saw the ball go through the rim. Next time he's aggressive, taking that three-point shot, nothing but net.
Bowling Green up by 6. Fry again, this time right elbow, misses this one. Koch was almost there for another offensive board. Instead, Ball State the other way.
Yeah, he's got a nose for the ball, doesn't he? He's just always right where it's going to be.
Moses back out on the floor, dealing on Koch, and Koch will get the personal.
I mean, he's a good rebounder, and he can space the floor from 3, but that's the one area where he hasn't been as strong. And again, he's a true freshman, so you can't really expect too much. Trey Moses' up and under move gets everybody. Every Ball State game, he'll pull that off 2-3 times and get people up in the air. This is the one area, though, where Trey Moses has struggled. Been better as of late, but he struggled to knock down free throws this season.
That one hit the backboard before hitting the right side of the rim. 59% on the season, and Moses shoots a lot of them. Already has over 100 free throws on the season. High arcing shot, 1 of 2.
Someone let him know the bank's not open this late. Got to go straight in.
Bowling Green leading by 5. Fox again from 3, this time missed. That's rare.
Yeah, he's fading away a little bit. His weight got behind him. Ball ends up short.
Person still out of the scoring column. He had 21 against Bowling Green last season here inside Worthen Arena. Right down to Moses again, right-handed hook, Fox with the rebound.
You saw Persons at the top of the key just waving him down. Every time they get that matchup, they're going to try and exploit.
Fry for 3 in the corner, misses the shot. Sellers brings down the rebound. Persons this time attacks the basket. Pass out to Sellers. And a blocking foul on Caldwell. Persons 0 points with 5:38 to go in the first half. Unlike Persons, he's coming off of a performance where he only had 8 points at Eastern Michigan, 3 of 13 from the field. He's done other things today, though, hasn't shot the ball as much.
I mean, he has 3 assists. He's only taken 1 shot, but that's because every time down, they're trying to feed it into the post. And the post doesn't need to kick it out because they have such an advantage.
Sellers off the inbounds, pulls Ball State within 3.
I mean, you can tell what the game plan was. You can almost say word for word what Coach Whitford was saying in the locker room before the game. And Ball State has done a good job executing. But on the other hand, Bowling Green just can't do a whole lot to stop it.
Illegal screen on Jeffrey Uju. Turner made the layup, but that will be waved off. And Ball State will get it back. Here's the foul. Uju pushed Sellers in the back.
Tried to do a little casual screen right there with the right hip. Uju, Corey, get this, pre-med major. He went to Oak Hill Academy, National Honor Society. Gotta love that.
Uju hasn't seen much time this season, especially as of late, but with Wiggins out tonight, Bowling Green center, he's seen a lot of time off the bench. Sellers with a desperation shot, Moses the rebound, and another miss.
Even though he missed that one, Sean Sellers, he looked athletic in that play. That's what you want to see.
Uju on the left block. Bowling Green blimps the lead back up to 5.
Yeah, Uju going, more in depth on him. Last season, they were expecting to get quite a bit out of him as a junior college transfer, and then he got injured. He injured his knee in the team's 3rd game and missed the whole rest of the season, so it's good to see him back in the lineup and playing well.
Bowling Green had 2 players miss the season with injury. Uju, the junior college transfer, as you mentioned, and also the team's leading scorer, Justin Turner, was a freshman last season, missed the season with an injury. They redshirted him, and as a redshirt freshman, he's averaging 15 points per game for this team.
And this team is so young. There's a lot of optimism for Michael Huger's squad. They don't really take a lot of transfers. That's one thing that's interesting. Uju is the only player in the rotation that transferred in from junior college. The rest of them came in with Huger and have stayed the entire time in the program, and they haven't had a lot of guys transfer out. So there's definitely a lot to be optimistic about.
The 2017 recruiting class was the best in Bowling Green history as well. Huger just speaks to Huger turning over this program. Fry drives, the ball stripped. Bowling Green will inbound on the baseline with 5 to shoot.
And as you mentioned, the turnaround for this program, 14 wins this season. That's already more than they had last year. Last year, only 13 wins in the entire year. Now they already have 14. The program's definitely heading in the right direction.
Fry a lob for Lillard, picked off by Teague. Ball State has numbers if they want it. Teague just takes it himself and crawls off the front of the rim, but he gets the steal in transition.
We said it before, that's the Tajay Teague experience right there. Plays hard, makes some good plays, and then makes some mistakes as well.
Teague on the right block. This one's in. Cuts Ball State within 3.
But the thing you like is he's going to keep playing hard, and he's going to keep putting himself in those situations. It's definitely paid off tonight. 9 points already.
Teague has picked up his scoring as of late. He did not score against Eastern Michigan, but prior to that game, he had 26 and 21, 2 new career highs. Lillard from the corner makes it a 6-point lead.
Lillard's a guy you've got to make him put it on the floor. If he's spotting up, he's a really good shooter, not as good of a shooter off the dribble. You've got to rush him and crowd him and make him put the ball on the floor.
Bowling Green shooting 46 from 3. Ball State only 11. Here's another one from Lillard. This one off.
Right when I say it, if you make him put it on the floor, he's not as good of a shooter that time. One dribble step back, and he just doesn't have the same balance as when he's able to catch and shoot.
Teague shoots a three, making 3 of 33 on the season. Persistence, but just to no avail.
It's one of the craziest things, Corey. He was a 41% three-point shooter last year. Now, not high volume, but still, he was an efficient three-point shooter. And this year, it's like he forgot how to shoot, or it's confidence. You know, his confidence has definitely gotten rattled. Coach Whitford has had to remind him again and again to keep shooting, because he can knock him down. He just hasn't shown it.
Now only 1 of 10 on the day. Ball State from the three-point line. Fry misses on the other end. A lot of threes taken in this contest.
Tell you what, with Trey Moses on the bench right here, I'd like to see Taylor Persons getting the scoring home.
Persons thought about it. Instead, gives baseline for Teague.
Let's see if they were able to run a play for him right here.
We'll get a screen up top from Teague. Driving in, mid-range fadeaway. Persons is on the board. 2 points for Taylor Persons.
That's it for Ball State. He is the guy. He's got to get in the scoring column. It's good that he's been distributing. But on the other end, Lillard, if he's able to spot up, he has a really pretty stroke from the outside. Bowling Green up 4.
Welcome back inside Worthen Arena. 31-27. Bowling Green up with 1:43 left in the half. And Bowling Green's done it from the arc.
I mean, you knew coming in, your inside presence, DiMaggio Wiggins, is out today. The only way to make up for that is start hitting shots, and they have a ton of capable shooters. They've already hit 6 of 15 trays. That's 40%, and that'll definitely get the job done.
Bowling Green up 4. Lillard has been a huge piece in that. Lillard is 2 of 5 from the three-point line, also has a game-high 9 points.
And you notice they've kept Fry, Fox, and Lillard all on the floor, and they've all hit 2 threes. They're just going to keep riding those hot hands.
Koch, a capable three-point shooter, this time puts it on the deck, in the paint on Gunn. This is the shot. Teague with the rebound.
This is about the 3rd or 4th time Teague has brought the ball up himself. It's interesting, Taylor Persons has really had a low usage rate in this game. I mean, that's what you want. You want Tajay Teague to push the ball up the floor and put pressure on the defense, but I'd like to see the ball in that man's hands a little bit more often.
Persons draws the foul on Dylan Fry. That's the 17th foul on Bowling Green. That will send Taylor Persons to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, he struggled from the free throw line during MAC play, shooting just 57% from the stripe in MAC play. And this is coming from a guy that's normally a really good free throw shooter. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. He's shot the ball well from the field while missing them from the stripe.
On the season, he's a 72% free throw shooter. A 17-point difference in MAC play.
Missing the front end of a 1-and-1 is just, that kills you if you're a coach.
The possession just results in an empty instead of 2 points. Fry gets fouled this time by Teague, and going the other way, Ball State now has 17 fouls. Dylan Fry, who fouled Persons when he shot the 1-and-1, he'll go to the other end and shoot 1-and-1 for Bowling Green.
Bowling Green really hadn't gotten to the stripe too often tonight, but they've made it count, 3 of 4. You'd like to see them, because they are undersized, maybe drive in, try and get contact on those big men, and maybe try and get them out of the game.
Now in the bonus, Dylan Fry at the free throw line. He's 2 of 2 on the day. Misses off the front. Fry hustles for a steal, but tipped away. Ball State will maintain possession.
And he's just a pest defensively. He's one of those guys that's always buzzing around the ball, and as soon as you make a mistake, he'll make you pay.
And after the steal attempt, Bowling Green went into a quick, loose full-court pressure. At least forces Persons to have a defender on him taking the ball across.
Yeah, that was able to take away any chance at 2-for-1 by adding that pressure.
Persons, rather Moses inside. It's a foul on Koch. Bowling Green's bench erupted, thinking that Moses got away with a little bit of an elbow.
Corey, what is Koch supposed to do there? He's holding his position, and then Trey Moses puts that elbow right in his face. I mean, Koch really is defenseless at that point. Hard to see where he picked up the foul.
Really, Moses put it on his back. Koch just raised his hand and got called for the foul. Moses at the free throw line. 1 of 2 today. This will be a 1-and-1 opportunity, and he misses it. 2 consecutive 1-and-1 misses, front end. Bowling Green by 4, and with a chance at the last shot. Lillard on Mallers, drives. Bowling Green by 6. 3 to shoot. Persons takes it across, pulls up, rattles out. Bowling Green goes into half up by 6. Similar to Kent State, down early, but no quit. Bowling Green comes back and leads at half 33-27 over the Ball State Cardinals. Stay tuned for the halftime show with Mick Tidrow on ESPN3.
Inside Worthen Arena, where Bowling Green leads Ball State 33-27 here at halftime in Muncie, Indiana. Tonight's broadcast is being produced by the students of Ball State Sports Link. Select games they've been able to produce on ESPN3 here this season. Let's take a look what they've been able to do here this year.
It's been a long time since you've been on my mind. What's a man to do? Spent the whole day thinking about the times I've walked away from you.
Inspiring athletes, creative storytellers, Emmy Award winners. The best stories in Ball State sports, only from Sports Link.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena, where Bowling Green leads Ball State 33-27 here at halftime. Both teams 5-5 inside the Mid-American Conference. Ball State's had a couple of key several victories here in 2017-2018, including Notre Dame, Valparaiso. But they had a chance to go to Toledo and beat one of the team's best records inside the Mid-American Conference earlier this season.
Ball State 13-8, 4-4 in the MAC. They have not won back-to-back Mid-American Conference games all season long. Ward runs right to left in transition, pushes the basketball towards Sellers. Top of the key, three-pointer, hits it. Persons drives, kicks back. Tajay Teague fakes a three from the left wing, spots up and hits one from deep. Tajay Teague has 9 points, a game high.
Ball State's done a good job defensively. They're just making it difficult for Toledo to create space and find shots.
Persons has it, right block, spins, teardrop, drops, 15-footer. And Ball State now pushes its lead out to 14, its largest here today. Pushes quickly for Ball State. Persons no look past the Sellers, drive and score. Elamine the rebound, pushes quickly to Mallers, throws a transition. Mallers lays it off the backboard and in. Teague the rebound for Ball State, gives to Elamine, back to Teague, slams it with one hand. Tajay Teague with an exclamation mark in Toledo. And Ball State wins it 75-63 inside Savage Arena in Toledo, Ohio. Ball State snaps Toledo's 7-game MAC winning streak. Ball State moves to 14-8.
It's Taylor Persons, man, just got this big dub at Savage Arena, man, against the 701 Toledo. It was a great team, man. We came out, got that dub, man. Shout out to all the Chirp fans back home, man. We will see y'all in a couple of days. Love y'all. Bye.
Hey, hold on. Hey, you think you hit him with that? I fell with it like LeBron. You know, LeBron did that one fell.
That was an unbelievable win, man. This is that one that crossed the league. They're going to look at this and be like, what? These cats, they've been smoking cats in here. They've been smoking them. You know, they're going to see that score and say, oh, my goodness, this is a big win, man. This should be a confidence builder. I just say three things. You know, Kyle, we won this game. We were a true team to me. Our effort plays, our hustle plays, our diving on the floor, our second chance, incredible. Incredible. Absolutely, completely, we're the harder playing team for the course of 40 minutes. It's fun for me to watch, man. It's fun for me to watch. Great win, man.
Oh, out.
Ball State wins it big in Savage Arena against Toledo. Snaps Toledo's 7-game win streak. Ball State's now won 2 straight games, moves to 5-4 inside the Mid-American Conference. Look to climb up the rest of the way.
Bowling Green up 6 at the half. Taking a look back at the first half highlights. Ball State hasn't not been able to get it going from three-point line. They're only 1 of 11, so they've had to get it done inside.
The game plan coming in was pound it inside. Bowling Green's undersized, especially with Wiggins out, so they're going to get buckets around the rim. And then Sean Sellers, he had the injury scare in the first half, but he came back and he looked just as strong. And then Tajay Teague, another guy that when he gets it around the rim, he knows how to finish it.
Tajay Teague with 9 points. That's a team high for Ball State, getting it done in the paint. Bowling Green, on the other hand, it's a different story. First, there's Antoine Lillard. He has a game-high 11 points. He's done it from all areas, but Bowling Green mostly has done it from the three-point arc.
Yeah, we mentioned Wiggins' absence. In order to make up for that, you got to hit threes. We see Fry do it right there with a hand in his face, and then when you shoot threes, the floor gets spaced out, and you get the chance to get more buckets inside. But, man, they've been able to stroke it from deep.
Bowling Green up 6. Ball State shooting better from the field, although Bowling Green has got it going from the three-point line.
Yeah, that's 6 of 15 from three-point line, 40%. And if they hit 6 more in the second half, that's going to be a really good sign. If they hit 12 threes in this game, that's all the firepower they need.
Bowling Green up 6. We'll be back with the second half on ESPN3. Taking a look back at our impact players from the Open. Both haven't gotten it going so far. Other players have filled in. Justin Turner only 4 points, although he does have 3 rebounds at that shooting guard position. Trey Moses, on the other hand, 5 points, 3 rebounds. He's 2 of 5 from the field. For more on Trey Moses, let's send it to Mick Tidrow.
Guys, in that first half, assistant coach Brian Thornton talked a lot about the communication, how Trey Moses has been able to communicate well throughout the course of his entire career at Ball State, but he would like to see the communication tighten up a little bit and also see better shot selection, especially from down low on the post in those last couple of possessions before halftime.
Thank you, Mick. Brian Thornton came along with James Whitford as the assistant head coach, and he is the post player coach, I guess you could say. Some coaches work with the guard, some with the post. He has a personal relationship with Trey Moses, helping him out and helping out with the communication on the floor as well.
Coach Thornton was a very good player at Xavier, and Coach Whitford says it over and over. He's still the best player in the Ball State program. At practice, he can score just about every time he wants to.
Danny Peters, I know, gets in on the scout team offense as well. Ball State has a few coaches that can lace him up if they need it. Bowling Green with the first possession of the second half.
And Trey Moses, something to watch is 2 fouls. That limited his minutes in the first half. The 5 points is a little deceptive because when he played, he was really effective. He needs to stay out on the floor.
Lillard had 11 in the first half. Looking to add here, misses the shot. Bowling Green almost corrals the offensive rebound, but a foul.
Yeah, that was something Coach Whitford pointed out specifically in practice yesterday was every time they get a ball screen, they're going to attack the rim. Every single ball screen. They do not look to reverse the ball off those. They look to attack the middle of the lane and try and get up a shot. It's not even for a pass, it's for a shot, as we saw right there from Lillard, not able to convert.
Bowling Green up 6 at the start of the second half. Ball State will have to cut into that. Taylor Persons only 2 points in the first half. Moses, as you mentioned, limited time in the first half due to foul trouble. He gets right to work, but misses the hook shot.
Yeah, Derek Koch has done a very good job defending. And he only has 1 foul. He just needs to maintain his position. The 1 foul he did have, he got elbowed in the face. We remember that from the first half. So he's done a pretty good job defending all he really can.
Koch has done a good job defending and rebounding. He has yet to score, but had 8 rebounds in the first half. Here's Turner.
Yeah, and with Koch, as we mentioned, the absence of Wiggins really changes his position. He's supposed to be a pick and pop outside 4-man, and now he has to play on the interior.
Persons spins on Fry. 4 points now for the point guard.
Ball State definitely needs a little bit more of that in the second half. I mean, they want to get it inside of the post players. That's definitely the game plan. But when you have Fry on Persons, that's as big of a mismatch as Trey Moses on Koch. So if you can get him in the post-up situation, he's just as effective to score.
Foul off ball. It's going to be against Kyle Mallers, trying to defend Derek Koch down low. Even though Koch's not the post presence, he still stands at a post presence, 6'9", 260.
Yeah, and if you look at his body, he definitely will develop. 260, he probably needs to, be carrying about 235, 240. Even then, he'd be a really strong player. But again, he's a freshman, 19 years old. As he develops his body, he's going to be a really good player for the Falcons.
Dylan Fry cuts down the lane. Bowling Green right back up 6. Ball State led early in this game. Bowling Green fought back throughout the first half and ended up controlling a lead for most of the last 10 minutes. Back cut, Mallers with the finish.
Trey Moses is such a good passer. I'll say it one more time. He's 6'10". He can see over the defense, and he has such good touch on those passes. That's like a half lob pass, half chest pass, and he just fits it into the lane. Looks like Nick Foles in the Super Bowl out there.
Bowling Green comes right back at him with a back cut of their own. Dylan Fry goes back door. Here's Moses on the roll, bulldozes over Koch and called for the charge.
Yeah,
that's his third.
Lowers his head, lowers his shoulder. That's a good call. And if you're Koch, that's what you got to do. You're giving up that much size and that much experience. You just got to put your body on the line sometimes and take one for the team. He's going to be feeling that one tomorrow, though. I'll tell you that.
Trey Moses will stay out on the floor with 3 personal fouls. Antoine Lillard on the wing. Lillard with a game-high 11, stepped on the baseline. Ball State the other way.
Yeah, he's probably the most athletic player on this Bowling Green team. Really strong, really quick first step for a guy with his size, 6'5". But that time just a little bit out of control. You can tell he was trying to force it. He was going to shoot it no matter what, and because of that, he has the turnover.
Lillard has had his fair share of off-court issues, but when he's on it, he's a pivotal piece for this Bowling Green team. Persons with 7 now. He's heating up already with 5.5. All 5 for Ball State.
And we've seen this a couple times for Ball State, where he picks his time to attack, and then he gets points in a hurry. And we're seeing that right now.
Dylan Fry the other way, stripped by Teague. Ball State 2-on-1. Sellers spots up a 3. Bowling Green goes right back the other way. Plowden inside. Outside for Fry, here's Turner. Koch with another offensive board, add to a total of 6 now.
And those are extra possessions. I mean, that is so valuable, being able to give your team another chance to score. Obviously, they didn't quite take advantage of it with the turnover right there, but at least you give yourself a chance.
37-34, Bowling Green up 3. Ball State trying to battle back. We'll have more second half on ESPN3. Bowling Green up 3 early in the second half. And Bowling Green has been helped out by Dylan Fry, the point guard in the starting lineup. He's moved over to the 2 at times, but he has a game-high 12.
Yeah, as we mentioned, in a little bit of a shooting slump coming into this game, he's only averaging 8.8 points in MAC play, but early on he got some really open looks, a couple open shots right there, and that really got him into a rhythm, and from there he's done a really good job attacking. I mean, he's only 6'2". He's not exactly someone that wows you with his athleticism, but as I mentioned, I love his decision-making from the point guard position, and today the decisions he's made is to score the basketball.
Also showing he can move without the ball, too, on that back cut. Taylor Persons tries a backdoor pass on the other end. It's picked off by Bowling Green. Caldwell into the game for the Falcons. Gives Turner, right elbow jumper, no good. Plowden hustles for the rebound, It's out of bounds. Last touch by Ball State.
I'll tell you, Corey, Justin Turner is obviously the leading scorer for this team. I mean, we know that he's the go-to guy, but he's a little streaky. When he's off, he's off. And when he's hitting, as we saw in the Kent State game, 16-2 run by himself, he can really fill it up, but he has not gotten it going, and you got to credit the Ball State defense keeping him in check.
Turner had 20 in the Kent State game, went on a 16-2 run by himself for the Falcons, but today he's only 2 of 8 from the field and has 4 points.
Well, and once again, he went on a 16-2 run in about a 5-minute span and only scored 20 points on the game. So
exactly.
He's that type of guy.
A score inside by Plowden pushes Bowling Green's lead up to 5.
Yeah, I think Plowden is going to be a really good player. Of the freshmen that they have, he's the guy I really like. 6'6", really smooth athlete. Obviously, he has some developing to do, but I think he has a chance to be an impact player when he's an upperclassman.
A lot of young players on this Bowling Green team. Purses misses on the other end. Turner, a redshirt freshman, hands off to Caldwell, a sophomore.
And
Caldwell, mid-range.
Guys in that position that Plowden is in, that hybrid forward position, are so successful at this level, this Mid-American Conference, mid-major, this level of basketball. Guys that can play inside and outside from the forward spot can be stars, and I think he's one of them.
Turner checks out in favor of Nelly Cummings. Bowling Green still 3 freshmen on the floor, even with Turner checking out. Antoine Lillard, the oldest player, he's a junior. Caldwell, the only other non-freshman, he's a sophomore. Koch spots up for 3. This is off right.
See, that's his game. And with Wiggins in, he gets more looks like that, but he hasn't gotten into the rhythm because he hasn't been in those positions today.
Lillard strips Teague, 2-on-1. Caldwell to the rim, hands off for Lillard at the final second.
Tell you what, Corey, this is an up-tempo team. I mean, we're talking about a team that's in the top 40 in Ken Palm's adjusted tempo in the country. Ball State's done a good job of making this a half-court game, which has suited them. But when they get out in transition, they have athletes and they are effective, and we finally saw it for the first time there.
We talked earlier about the second ranking in the Mid-American Conference in tempo. Also, Michael Huger, the third-year head coach for Bowling Green, said when they're out in transition, that's when they're at their best, and it starts on the defensive end. You saw Lillard get the strip to start things. Teague with 8 to shoot. Bowling Green already up 7, looking to add on. It's a turnover from Lillard.
Man, Lillard wanted to shoot that ball, didn't he? He had his head down. He was going to the rim, and he was going to score. And then he had to kick it out with 2 defenders collapsing on him, and he wasn't able to make the pass. But there was fire in his eyes as he was going to the rim.
Bowling Green up 7, 13-17 remaining in the half. Both teams coming into tonight 5-5 in Mid-American Conference play. Needing a victory, where they threaten to fall below 500 in MAC play. Ishmael El-Amin rattles home a 3.
That's the one area Coach Whitford said he needs to improve is the outside shooting, but last 3 or 4 games, he has looked really solid from there.
Only the third made 3 for Ball State. A foul on the other end. This one will go against Thompson.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that shot 32% in the non-conference. He's up to 36%. In the conference, definitely looks way more confident. No hesitation on that three-pointer. Knocks it down.
The backcourt right now for Ball State. Ishmael El-Amin, a freshman, and Josh Thompson, a walk-on. Ball State on defense right now. 6 to shoot for Turner. Drives against Sellers, pushes him off, gets the floater to fall.
Well, here we go. If Turner gets going, watch out. That's the only way Bowling Green's going to get any space, increase the margin here in the second half if he is able to start scoring.
Sellers goes right back at him on the other end and draws a foul. 3rd team foul on Bowling Green.
Sellers has done a really good job guarding Justin Turner, and I'll tell you what, if there was a stat for this, he would be the best charge taker in the country. Coach Whitford is arguing his case right there, saying that should have been a charge on the push-off from Turner, but Sean Sellers sells those charges better than anyone.
Errant pass by Mallers, picked off. Matt Fox thought about the three, thinks about it again, and then hands off to Caldwell. Kick out Cummings, extra pass to Fox. He passed up the three.
Yeah, now he's starting to second guess himself.
Bowling Green's bench is on their feet. Cummings pull up three, missed the shot. Caldwell, the smallest player on the floor, with the offensive board.
They always say it's not a stop until you grab the rebound. Great defense right there from Ball State. Full 30 seconds, awesome job, but if you don't get the rebound, it doesn't count.
The 5'10 sophomore out of Dayton, Ohio, Caldwell. Here's Cummings, fadeaway jumper. Bowling Green up 8. Ishmael El-Amin hit a three not too long ago. This time puts the ball on the floor, drives, gets his own offensive board, misses again. Moses with an offensive rebound, bullies Koch and gets the layup and then flexes.
I think he's a little frustrated. What do you think, Corey?
He definitely let out the frustration on that play. Bulldozed Koch and got the basket to fall. Bowling Green up 6. Just under 11 to play, rather just over 11 to play in the second half. Bowling Green up 6 and a chance to win 10 of 11 against the Cardinals. They've won 9 of the last 10 coming into tonight. Also come in riding a 2-game winning streak.
Yeah, in order to do it, they need to keep playing fast. They haven't hit a three yet in the second half. That's what they did in the first half to boost those offensive numbers. Here in the second half, they've done it by playing fast. Look at this ultra-small lineup they have in right now with Cummings and Caldwell, as well as Justin Turner, who's only 6'4". A really small lineup, so they need to play fast.
Koch is really the only big body out there for Bowling Green. Turner drives, swatted by Sellers. Ball State had numbers for a moment. They go straight down to Moses. He's double teamed, fights through it, and gets a foul called on Koch.
Tell you what, Trey Moses is fired up. He knows that that's a mismatch for him. He knows he should score. Koch is playing good, and he's playing physical, and it's definitely frustrating Trey Moses. But he can score when he wants to.
Bowling Green up 6. We'll have more on ESPN3. 45-39, Bowling Green up 6 over Ball State inside Worthen Arena. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule for the Ball State Cardinals, it doesn't necessarily get any easier. They play Kent State, a very good team out of the MAC East this Friday. ESPNU game for the Ball State Cardinals before they travel to Akron and then face the top team in the MAC West, Toledo, here at home.
Yeah, they played 6 of their last games on the road. This is definitely a weary team. Happy to be back in Worthen Arena. They play 5 of their next 6 games at home, and that's crucial because there's really 2 spots up for grabs in Cleveland for the MAC tournament. Obviously, Buffalo and Toledo look like the 2 teams that are going to be ranked 1 and 2 heading into that tournament, but there's 2 other bye seeds available, and Ball State needs to take advantage of these next 6 games to clinch one of those 2 spots.
Coming into tonight, Ball State was 10-1 at home. Their only loss to Buffalo in conference play. They lost that game by 20, although Buffalo, most people think, is the top team in the MAC. Ball State pulls within 4. Cummings drives on Thompson, kicks Koch, he finishes.
Looks like Trey Moses got hit in the face right there. I think it was the back of Koch's head as he was moving up that screen, and that really set things in motion for the bucket.
That was the first points for Koch on the night. He has plenty of rebounding, already in double digits there, along with another one right there on the person's miss. Cummings drives right by Persons, but then slows up and Sellers picks off the pass.
Can't say enough about Sean Sellers' defense tonight.
Mallers, an easy layup from Persons.
You can't say enough about Sean Sellers' defense on Justin Turner. We knew Turner was going to be the guy, and Sean Sellers has done a good job shutting him down as well as getting those steals, which has led to easy baskets on the other end.
Bowling Green up by 4. The officials have stopped play, and I believe they're going to be reviewing an elbow on the Bowling Green last offensive possession.
Yeah, it was exactly what we saw. I thought it was the back of his head, but we'll see if he caught it with an elbow.
That's what we'll be reviewing inside Worthen. Bowling Green up 4. Ball State's really played from behind all game since about the 10-minute mark in the first half when Bowling Green started to take over. We talked to Kevin Noon, the assistant coach for Bowling Green, before the game. He said, it seems like this Bowling Green team just got it in the Kent State game. They were down 19, Turner went on the run, and then they realized, hey, we can hang with anyone in the conference if we play defense, get out in transition. And it seems like at that point when they were down early, that's what they reverted back to.
Yeah, they can score. It's all about them getting enough stops, and I really think this Ball State team is a front-running team. They want to have the lead and protect the lead down the stretch. They're not a great team at catching up because, one, they don't shoot very well from three-point land other than Sean Sellers. And two, I mean, they don't play that fast. It's kind of misleading. They have a good tempo statistic because they like to push the ball in transition, but then if it's not there, they pull it out. So they're a team that would prefer to have the lead and hold on to it. When they start to force things, you know, that's when they start turning the ball over.
Interesting that we haven't called a name tonight, and that's Francis Kiapaway. This is what they're reviewing over on the official scoring table. Moses took a shot to the face. But speaking about Kiapaway, this Ball State team is searching for guards off the bench after losing John Terrell Walker and Jeremy Tyler in the middle of the season, but Kiapaway hasn't been called.
Yeah, there's only 4 players available for Ball State that are, those guards under 6'5", guys that can really play the 1 and the 2. And Francis Kiapaway is one of them, but we haven't seen him tonight. He's definitely been in a shooting slump, and his defense is not what it was last year. And that's why we're seeing Josh Thompson, is because of the defense.
There's one more angle.
Yeah, so a flagrant 1, that is unintentional contact to the face, and that's what they'll be looking at. You know, flagrant 2 would be for a malicious intent, if he was really taking a swing at him. It looks like, based on how Coach Whitford reacted, they were just going to let that one slide, and I don't blame him. Coke was just trying to post up.
Clearly no malicious intent there from Coke. I believe they'll just rule common foul and play on.
Yeah, it wasn't even a foul. He was able to get away with
exactly.
a little bit of a extracurricular screen right there.
So we'll play on. No foul, as you said. And Bowling Green has possession up 4.
They're giving Coke a break. They brought Madsen back in on the inside, and wow, look at Ball State. They're playing the zone defense. You almost never see Coach Whitford bring out the zone defense.
Another offensive rebound for Bowling Green.
A 2-3 zone defense, and right now Trey Moses got switched up to one of the top guard spots. And there you go, he's able to switch back down low.
Now Fry dealing against Persons. Thompson guarding Fry. The floater's through. 14 points for Dylan Fry.
I'll tell you what, this Dylan Fry kid has a lot of game. He has that little floater that you need when you're a smaller guard, and he's really been finishing almost about all his attempts down there.
Fry's coming off a game against Kent State. Bowling Green won by 8, scored 70 points. He had none of them. He played 14 minutes. He averages 12 a game. A foul down low on Gadsden.
All right, they're bringing in Lillard and Uju, so that gives them a little bit more positional size, but the big fella, Madsen, is out. That's definitely a reaction to the 2-3 zone. You don't need that big body down low because you're attacking the 2-3.
Also puts in some more scoring. Lillard has 13 on the night. Persons maneuvers baseline, gets the floater to fall.
That's Taylor Person's signature right there, isn't it? He gets the guy on his hip so that the defender can't do anything, and then when the help defense backs off, he knocks down a little jump shot.
9 points for Persons after only 2 in the first half.
Interestingly, the man-to-man off of made baskets, but I'm guessing if it were off a missed basket, we'd see the 2-3.
That's Fox for 3. Just crawls off the front of the rim. Ball State with a chance to cut deeper. Persons!
Well, if you've seen any Ball State games this season, you know when it comes to crunch time, that's the guy you want with the ball. No fear, and he seems like he really elevates his game here in the final 8 minutes of every game.
Starting to feel like crunch time as Worthen starts to make noise on this defensive possession. Fry was caught stranded, gets it to Turner, missed layup, Moses rebound. Ball State down by 1. A chance to take the lead. Persons for 3. No good. Another possession though for the Cardinals.
A little bit of a heat check, but he would have brought the house down if he hit that one. Let's see if he stays aggressive.
Loose ball, Moses corrals it. Kicks out for Sellers. Now Turner has it. Bowling Green has numbers. He bobbled it. No travel called. Uju with the dunk. Worthen is upset.
Well, the court of public opinion would say that that is a travel right there because he may or may not have had possession, but he did take about 8 steps.
The fans are starting to speak. Mallers drives, charge. And now you hear him.
Corey, I told you, Uju, he's pre-med, he's smart. He knows how to take those charges.
Uju with the dunk on one end, the charge on the other. Bowling Green up 51-48.
Great decision by Fry. Uju knows what to do with it.
Bowling Green up 3, 6:36 remaining second half. Well, we'll let you at home decide this one. Just not too long ago, Justin Turner on the fast break.
Well, he shouldn't have ate that popcorn before the game because the ball's a little slippery, but there's 1, 2, 3 steps before he gets it off, and that sets up the Fry dish to Uju for the dunk. You like the aggressiveness from Turner. He's trying to get something going. He's had a tough game. That was a travel, Corey.
It was a travel that got Bowling Green going.
Tell you what, though, Justin Turner, he lettered in cross country in high school. This guy is not going to get tired down the stretch. He's going to keep attacking at every opportunity.
Uju dunked it on that possession, then took a charge on the other end. Bowling Green's up 3, Lillard to the rack. Bowling Green extends the lead to 5.
If that was earlier in the game, I bet Tajay Teague takes that 3, but here late, you've got to focus on getting good shots around the rim.
Moses catches high post, down low to Teague. There's Teague's spot.
And that's high-low. That's what Ball State likes to do. Trey Moses is such a good passer, especially from that high post position, that if Teague is able to seal him out, that's a fantastic play. Ball State will take that 10 times out of 10.
Ball State has not led since the 9:20 mark in the first half. Bowling Green looks to add on to a 1-possession lead. Out of bounds, last touch by Moses. Ball State has been a fan of the dramatics this season. A game winner versus Notre Dame on the road. Double overtime against Akron here at home a week and a half ago. And they also hit a game winner against Valpo. Fry misses the 3. Elamine in for Persons. Maybe giving him a breather before the end of the game. Elamine for 3. Sellers the offensive board. He stepped on the baseline.
Great hustle right there from Sean Sellers. His eyes were on the rim. That's exactly where you want him. But because of that, he didn't see the baseline. And he dribbled out of bounds.
Worthen Arena has started to come alive, giving it to the officials after that questionable traveling call. But maybe that's exactly what Ball State needs. They're still down, but the fans are giving them some momentum. Fox for three. Misses the shot. Foul on the rebound called on Derek Koch.
Corey, I was waiting until the clock went under 5 minutes, but Bowling Green this season, 8-0 when they've led with under 5 minutes to play. And as you see, 3-point lead for Bowling Green. They have yet to blow one of these late game situations, but that's the guy to do it right there. Taylor Persons with 4 game tying or go ahead baskets at the buzzer for Ball State. Mr. Clutch in college basketball.
2 of those games they lost. He also has 2 free throws to tie the game against Akron a week and a half ago, sent it to overtime. Ball State ended up coming away victorious in double overtime. Ball State trails by 3. Elamine, the catch on the baseline. 3 to shoot for Moses. Spin move on Koch. He draws the contact. That's Koch's 5th.
That's huge, obviously. Koch is the only reliable interior player. Trey Moses just fouled him out.
Koch just had the rebounding foul on the offensive end. Comes back on the other end. Moses created a lot of the contact, but a little bit at the end of the shot clock, just throw up a desperation shot, and Moses got bailed out.
I mean, he had him beat on the spin move, but then he turned back into him, and I wonder if he was thinking about the foul situation. If he was, smart play from Trey Moses. And now, Uju is going to have to play the center position at 6'7" now. As you can see, he's got a really strong frame, but he's giving up so much size to both Teague and Moses. So huge advantage on the interior for Ball State.
Uju has been called upon to play a lot more minutes today. Once again, if you haven't been with us, DiMaggio Wiggins, maybe the best player on this Bowling Green team, is out with an undisclosed injury today. He's their center. Derek Koch has served in that role. Now he's fouled out and Uju comes in. Moses goes 1 of 2.
Yeah, Wiggins is an all-conference player. That's what Coach Whitford said yesterday. He's the reigning MAC East Player of the Week. One of the best players in the conference, and it's really shaped the way this game has been played.
And Bowling Green has still maintained a lead for most of it. Offensive foul on Lillard.
I said it earlier in the game, Corey. Nobody sells a charge like Sean Sellers. Now, the shoulder was lower, so it is a good call. He got him in the chin, so maybe that even wasn't an acting job right there. But Sean Sellers does such a good job of intentionally drawing that contact and then falling back.
Ball State down by 2.
If that was acting, Corey, that was method acting.
Sellers to take the lead. First lead for the Cardinals since 9:20 in the first half. Worthen Arena on their feet. Persons the assist, Sellers the 3.
Well, he's been doing it on the defensive end all game. But when he gets his chance on the offensive side, one of the best shooters in the league. You see it right there. Ball State takes the lead.
Ball State has the first lead since the 9:20 mark in the first half, 54-53, and it's been the senior out of Greensburg, Indiana, Sean Sellers.
Coming in to this season, the thing Sean Sellers needed to do was contribute in more ways than shooting. He has been phenomenal on the defensive end, drawing the charge there, stopping Justin Turner all night, but that's the bread and butter. That's why he's a 4-year starter right there. 46% in conference play from beyond the arc.
Sellers with the go-ahead basket. Ball State up 1. Bowling Green does have a chance to take the lead right back with possession out of the timeout. Only 2 lead changes on the game. Turner, their leading scorer, drives, misses the shot. Uju tips it out, and it goes out of bounds.
I mean, it's just been a tough day for Justin Turner. Now 3 of 12 from the field. and just 6 points. A guy coming into the game averaging 15 a game, and without Wiggins in, you would have expected a big night from him. All credit goes to Sean Sellers and the way he's defending.
Sellers has had his number called to defend Turner, and he's answered the bell. A turnover for Ball State.
This is where they're dangerous in transition.
Lillard just goes right to the cup and is fouled on the way there.
And that's the same thing we've seen a couple times where he has his head down, he's looking to score. Bowling Green wants a goaltending call on it.
They call the foul on the floor.
On the floor.
Bowling Green maybe thought Lillard was going up for the layup.
Thought they were signaling for the goaltending, absolutely.
1 point lead for Ball State. Lillard instead pulls up. 3 players there for Ball State. Under 3 minutes, and Ball State with a 1 point lead. Both teams 5-5 in the MAC. A chance to fall under with a loss. Moses almost an and one. Instead, we'll go to the free throw line.
The pass was a little too high from Taylor Persons, but that's what you want to do. You want to put it up high where Uju can't get it because he's giving up so much height. But right here, Trey Moses. I mean, this has been the story of Ball State's season. In some tight games, will Trey Moses knock down his free throws?
Now 4 of 8 on the day.
He gets to the line at a really high rate, over 5 free throw attempts a game, but only about 57% from the stripe.
59% on the season. And he's 5 of 9 now. Gives Ball State a 2 point lead. Fry pestered by Persons. Gets it right back, drives in, tipped away by Teague, recollects, a fadeaway jump shot crawls off. And a foul on Uju.
Tajay Teague will not get credit for a steal there, but he's had his hand in those driving lanes all game, poking balls loose and disrupting that Bowling Green offense.
Now the 10th team foul for Bowling Green. Ball State is in the double bonus the rest of the way with 2:28 remaining. Moses has 2 more. His 10th free throw on the night coming up. Moses now 5 of 10 from the free throw line. Makes the second.
Those will not be his last free throws, Corey, I can tell you that much. With how much size Uju's given up, he's just going to keep fouling him. He's going to make Trey Moses earn it.
Persons claps his hands on defense, asking Worthen to get loud. Turner guarded by Sellers. Step back 3 rolls through.
Relentless. That's what you want from a guy. I mean, he's only a redshirt freshman, but that's what you want from your team leader is confidence. 3 of 12 coming into that shot, and he takes it without any hesitation and knocks it down.
Had not made a 3 up until that point. A foul down low on Uju sends Moses once again to the free throw line. The 3rd straight possession. Justin Turner taking over some things for Bowling Green offensively.
I mean, this is a one-on-one isolation situation. Step back 3, that's really about as well as you can defend that. But if he's going to step up and hit shots like that, that's the offense Bowling Green's going to need here down the stretch.
Turner missed, or rather Moses missed the first free throw short.
Tell you what, he does not look very comfortable at the line right now. That shot is getting higher and higher arc. That's what he does whenever he's not feeling too confident. That shot gets more arc on it. And the misses are becoming wider and wider.
Tie game at 56. Moses is now 6 of 13 from the free throw line. Matt Fox with the basketball, guarded by Teague. Turner in the corner, left open. Lucky break for Ball State.
We said he was a streaky scorer. If that ball goes down, he'll run off several in a row. So that's a huge break for Ball State.
Persons on the other end. This is where he's deadly.
They're sticking with the game plan. Even though Persons is your closer, they're taking advantage of the height mismatch down low.
Fancy pass by Moses, tapped out of bounds by Bowling Green. 8 to shoot. Ball State will inbound on the baseline.
I mean, you have to respect the math. You know, 6'10" versus 6'7", that's a mismatch that you can take advantage of. But Taylor Persons is a closer. I mean, this is what he does, is take over. Tie ball game, 1 minute, essentially 1 minute left. That's the guy you put the ball in his hands and let him make decisions. I don't know if they should be playing inside out.
The officials gathered for a moment, thinking about possibly reviewing a call, but instead they call both teams back. And we'll have an inbounds from Sellers. Almost found Mallers in the corner. Fox quick on his feet.
Bowling Green has played 3 overtime games this year, and they've won all 3 of them. Neither team is foreign to situations like this.
Sellers misses the 3. Turner gets the rebound. In the corner for Fry. Back and forth we go. 50 seconds remaining. Persons with the basketball. Tie ball game at 56. Goes right at Fry. Floater no good. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Michael Huger is going to take one here.
I mean, you can't ask for much more from Taylor Persons right there. Huge height disadvantage, bodies his way to about 4 feet from the rim, goes up for it with his right hand. That's a really nice shot at for Ball State, rattles in and out, and we're still tied.
35 seconds remain in the second half, and we still have a tie ball game. Both of our impact players have gotten things going, though. Turner coming up big late for Bowling Green, and Moses has been the go-to guy for Ball State.
I mean, Trey Moses, they're feeding him the ball every time. The proof is in the pudding. He is going to keep getting the ball down there, and he just needs to make his free throws. On the other side, Justin Turner, tough game, 4 of 14, but he is still the guy they're going to count on to win this game for Bowling Green.
Turner, on the other hand, 4 of 14 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line, but you mentioned it, he just does not stop shooting. He has that confidence. He's only a redshirt freshman.
I mean, they need that. They need that from him. Lillard is a little bit one-minded. You know, he tries to drive in with his head down. He's not going to be able to make good decisions. Turner can score from all 3 levels, like we talked about, and that makes him dangerous, and Bowling Green is going to live or die on his back.
Trey Moses on the other end. 12 points for Moses, although he has struggled from the free throw line where he is 6 of 13. Bowling Green basketball coming out of the timeout. 35 seconds, tie game. "11 seconds split the game and shot clock.
About 10-second differential, Corey. Ball State's going to get a look at this either way.
Fry will just hold near midcourt. Ball State still with 2 timeouts if they want it. Fry in the corner, 4 to shoot. Rubs off a screen, pulls for 3. In and out. 8 seconds to shoot. Persons with the basketball. Screen from Moses. Person, does he have it again? This is his world, and we're just living in it.
I don't know what to say, Corey. Every single situation, late game, he has come up big and delivered.
0.9 seconds remain. My goodness.
Once again, it's a tie ball game. You probably should drive to the rim. But time and time again, Taylor Persons has taken the 3. We saw it at Notre Dame. We saw it at Valparaiso, Kent State. But you know what? He hits it. He hits it every time. So, I mean, all the guts. All the guts.
He is 5 of 5 from the field in game-tying or game-winning situations in the last 30 seconds.
If you're Coach Whitford, and he has said this, at the end of the game, you put the ball in his hands and you let him win it or you go to overtime. Once again, they put the ball in his hands 3 or 4 feet behind the three-point line, Corey, and he just drains it.
They do add .4 to the clock. First, it was Dayton. Then it was Notre Dame. Then Valpo.
Look how deep that was.
And now this.
Buckets.
Ball State by 3. James Whitford gets a look at the offensive set for the Falcons and takes a timeout.
With 1.3 seconds, you have plenty of time for that Bryce Drew play if you want to make a pass. It doesn't necessarily have to be a catch and a shot or even a catch one dribble shot. You have time to maybe get the ball to half court and then kick it over to the wing for a 3.
Speechless. You can't say anymore. Persons with 15 on the day. None bigger than the 3.
I mean, that's a shot you hit once a season, once in a lifetime, and he's hit 5 of them. He's got to be the clutchest player in college basketball.
5 of 5, 100%. Can't get much better than that. Bowling Green does have a chance. Fox will inbounds, runs the baseline. Person slaps it away. And that's it. 59-56, another game winner.
Taylor Persons delivers. I mean, I think that's the bottom line. One team had Taylor Persons down the stretch and the other team didn't. Was there any doubt? Splash. You think he's having fun, Corey?
He said, "This is my house." Taylor Persons just does not go away. Let's send it to Mick Tidrow, who's with James Whitford.
Taylor Persons just 2 points in the first half, his 3rd game winner of the season. How were you able to trust him in that second half?
Well, I trust him implicitly, you know. I'd like him to go to the rim every now and then, or at least I think I do, but he keeps hitting these 21-footers, so I guess he should just keep doing them, huh?
Coach, down by 6 at half, down by as much as 8 throughout the course of that game. What changed after halftime?
Our intensity. That was the biggest thing, you know. That was the biggest difference, and that's what we have to learn. You know, I thought we waited a long time to play with a level of intensity, and we have to play for 40 minutes.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mick. Thanks to Coach Whitford. 59-56. We'll be back with the wrap-up. Persons, another one. Back inside Worthen Arena after another thriller. Welcome back. I'm Corey Stace alongside Matt Craig. Just what more can you say? Taylor Persons, 5th. He is 5 for 5 in game-winning or tying situations this season, not to even mention the 2 clutch free throws he hit to tie the game at Akron. This kid just literally has ice in his veins.
You can convince me that there are better players in the country than Taylor Persons, but you can't convince me that I would rather have any player except for him when there's 5 seconds left in the game and you're taking a 21-footer. A guy really only shoots 32, 33% from 3, but he shoots 100% when the game's on the line. And when you're Coach Whitford, what more can you say? Like he said, I'd like him to drive the lane, but I'll take a 3.
He'll take the win, that's for sure. Taking a look back at the highlights, Bowling Green was up for most of this game. Took the lead with 9:20 remaining in the first half. Ball State did not take the lead until under 3 minutes in the second half, but then the rest was history.
Bowling Green played their game, really dictated the tempo, did a nice job of getting exactly what they wanted. Started by hitting 3, and then when the players close out, they're able to get it inside, run in transition. Uju with the dunk right there. And Ball State was able to do just enough to hang around. And then at the end, you got the closer who you can count on to finish the game.
Ball State was not necessarily good from three. Sellers hit one big towards the end of the half. Taylor Persons with another. And then Persons, just for good measure, finishes it off with this game winner. 1.3 seconds left to give Ball State the victory, 59-56. Like we mentioned, Ball State not necessarily the better team when it comes to stats, but when it came to the big moments, Taylor Persons was there. The rest of the company as well was there. Not just Persons, it was Sellers, it was Moses as well.
I mean, to be fair, that third line really says it all. Ball State had tons of free throw attempts, didn't really convert. Otherwise, it may have been a more comfortable victory, but at this point, you just need to get yourself in striking distance, and Taylor Persons is going to deliver with a game-winning shot. He's done it 5 games already this season.
Well, that will do it from Muncie, Indiana tonight. Ball State wins 59-56. Another game winner for Taylor Persons. Thanks to our producer back in the studio, Connor Nichols, along with our director, Sam Aarons. For Mick Tidrow and Matt Craig, I'm Corey Stace. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Ball State wins 59-56 over Bowling Green.